Good evening. It is May 13th, and we're going to do 1 acre properties in Pasco County. So, if you've watched my videos, you know I'm going to retell some of this stuff. If you look at 3 bedroom properties with 1 acre, there are 26 of them available. If we go to, if we're willing to pay $350 for a 3 bedroom, we're obviously willing to pay for a 4 bedroom or a 5 bedroom. So we just jumped up to 38 properties. And then if we're willing to pay $350 for 1 acre, we're certainly willing to pay $350,000 for, 2 to 5 acres or 5 to 10 acres. Now, the problem with MLS is that sometimes they have condominiums that jump in here. And actually, there aren't any right now, so let's take that out. That's great. There are 51 properties available on the marketplace right now with this criteria. 29 of them have contracts. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the active listings, because if you're shopping, you're going to know, what can I buy right now? For the sake of being smart, let's take the flood zones out. I mean, you could pay $25,000 more for a property, and it'll be cheaper if it's not in the flood zone over one that's in the flood zone, because over time, you are going to suffer from rising flood insurance. And if you want to work with me, I'm going to tell you all the reasons why in the world you should not buy in a flood zone. All right, so this is a handyman special. It's owned by a bank. It's $150,000. It's in Moon Lake. Akins Drive, $180,000, bank-owned property. It works out to $156 a square foot. This is the first one was $131 a square foot. Very important that we compare apples to apples, and one way to do that is by looking at the amenities and the price per square foot. This is Jetson Drive in the Highlands. It's $225,000. It's been on the market for 222 days. This is definitely it's got to be overvalued because it's been on the market for 9 months. Oh boy. So if you follow my videos, you know that I'm a big advocate of going onto the property appraiser site to examine these properties. So let's look at 16551 Jetson. Pasco, PA is where we go for all of the stuff that we need to know when we're shopping for properties. 16551 Jetson. You don't have to put the whole thing out. You can abbreviate it. So this is tax assessed for $127,000. This was inherited by somebody. It's 3.8 acres. It's not a flood zone. And let's look at the map. If you've been watching my videos, you know I'm big on paved roads, and Jetson is paved. Oh, look at this. Jetson is, I don't know if Jetson's paved or not, but it is a corner. And Little Ranch is a paved road. But this is a pretty long property if you had to pay the paving lien on it. It's 415 feet. Holy moly. Yeah, I think this is paved, but it's I actually owned one on Jetson once down here. So yeah, it's hard to tell, but the Jetson is paved. So it was taxed at $127,000. For the sake of training, let's go over here. Do you see this button right here? Neighborhood codes. This tells us what else is sold in the neighborhood. Since this is a mobile, let's go ahead and look at mobile home sales for this neighborhood. $58,000, $185,000, $415,000, $310,000. What we don't see on this is the acreage, so it's very difficult to know if if we're comparing apples to apples, and it's likely we're not. So let's move on. For $225,000, this one on Jetson has 3.8 acres. 17738 Greensboro, $229,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It works out to $248 a square foot. For 30% down, they will owner finance this at 6.5% over 15 years. I should send that out to my, there's a lot of people that want owner financing. I need to send that one out. Garson Loop in Spring Hill, $230,000. Works out to $163 a square foot. Thomas Boulevard, it's been on the market for a while, 112 days, $179 a square foot. Hudson Acres, $176 a square foot. It works out to $264,000. Jerome, that's not far from Jetson. Oh, you get two residences and 1.01 acres for $275,000. Oxenham. I think I know this property. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so this is $278,000. It's been on the market for 31 days, $154 a square foot. Cindy Drive in Zephyr Hills, $201 a square foot. Another Zephyr Hills for $188 a square foot. $177 a square foot on Rogerland with a metal roof. Yeah, they say if you buy these mobile homes, and I should put it down in one of my videos, upgrade the electrical and remove all the trees that are around it. In fact, it's on houses, especially if you don't have home insurance. Wow, this one's pretty nice. Alliance Lane, $137 a square foot because it's 2,187 square feet, and it's attractive. Whoa, I tried to get the condos out, but I forgot to take out the, look, they didn't put anything up here. Townhouses. All right, got to get rid of the townhouses. Sky Drive, $291 a square foot. Here's new construction for $201 a square foot. $349 a square foot. And that's because this is only 924 square feet. Going up in price on Lancer, 4 bedrooms for $216 a square foot. $177 a square foot in Zephyr Hills. $283 a square foot in Hudson. Wesley Chapel, $167 a square foot. Been on the market for 242 days. Peace Boulevard, nice paved road, 4 days on the market, $233 a square foot. This is a 2021 home, 1,458 square feet. Evelyn Court, they're proud of their entrance. Oh, I guess you can see it there in the distance. Yeah. This is $307 a square foot. Chorvat, $245 a square foot. We have a $399 a square foot and $243 a square foot. And this is the last one at $350,000, and it's $448 a square foot. All right, so the way to watch the market is not by watching the actives. We looked at the actives because you're likely shopping, and there you just had 27 choices about what's out there. Now we're going to do some analysis, and we're going to see what's happening. Let's go back, let's say 30 days for the solds, and it looks like my internet is not interneting. Come on, give me some internet. I'm not. Okay, here we go. We got back. It's probably not an internet problem. It's probably a Wi-Fi problem. Let's see if it'll do it. Come on, internet. I'm in the middle of a video. Let's go back 45 days. Maybe it's not. All right, here we go. Greensboro is pending. This one I covered in a bunch of the 1 acre videos. I think they would have taken $145,000. I made 3 offers on this one. Chicago, $175,000. Went under contract in 116 days. Really good neighborhood. Trilby Road in Dade City went under contract at $229 a square foot. This one went under contract at $170. So here's the good deals. You see that 5 days on the market? This was a good deal. Colt Way, 41 days on the market at $95 a square foot, 2,572 square feet. And this is a block home. Wow, 41 days. Hickory Tree in Lutz, 0 days on the market, $192 a square foot. Probably underpriced that one because it sold in 1 day or 0 days. This one under contract at $141 a square foot. It'll be interesting to see what it sold for. Here we go, $202 a square foot, $210 a square foot, $159 a square foot. Another townhouse, Loma. I know that street, $182 a square foot. That was a dirt road back in the day. Orwell in Hudson, $189 a square foot, $149 a square foot. It just goes to show there are some deals out there. The problem is you're paying $340,000 to get $149 a square foot. And when you're buying a mobile home, okay, here we go. Here's a actual home. Appears to be a block home. Oh, nice yard. And dated. $349,900. Worked out to $171 a square foot. All right, so doing the pendings is great for seeing what happened to the stuff you didn't buy over the last 30 or 45 days. But the solds are really where the data is gained. This is where we're going to find out what is actually happening in the market. If you watch my last tip video, you'll see that I'm talking about if you're watching the market, you watch the solds. It's like if you're watching stocks. You don't look at what people want for their stocks. You look for what people transacted their stocks for. Fantasy football or fantasy sports. You don't look at what might be. You look at what was. And that's what this is. So this is where the real data is. This way they were asking $195. They sold it for $185 in 10 days. It worked out to $135 a square foot. 1981 mobile. Boland, 3 days. Was asking $220, they got $220. Wow, how about that? So I'm about to market some of these 1 acre properties, or they got one or two of them coming. And so looking at this is very valuable. $249,000 sold for $248,000 in 45 days, $177 a square foot. It might have taken them 2 months, but it took 45 days to get that contract to where it could go pending. $280 a square foot. They were asking $320, and they sold it for $250. $70,000. I would have marked this down to $299. I would have marked it down to $275 long before I took the $250. 89 days. I'm not going to pull up the realtor and embarrass them, but I certainly wouldn't have priced it that way. 1993, listed at $274, sold for $258. $120 a square foot. And that's valuable data that you can buy for $120 a square foot. Look at this little compound. $260,000. They were asking $260,000. Took 2 days to sell 1.3 acres. Yeah, that's nice. Cherokee and Wesley Chapel took 3 days to sell for $100 more than they were asking. 1 acre lot, sold at $253 a square foot, right on Highway 98. 1950 home. They were asking $340. They sold it for $285. 4.5 acres. Well, list price per square foot here is irrelevant because this is 4.5 acres. So if we assign, let's say, $50,000 an acre, that's $200,000, $225, and then so really you're paid $110,000. No, he sold it for $285,000. That's probably the best deal on the list. All right, Greensboro, built in 2003, asking $289, sold for $289 in 90 days. $140 a square foot. You notice these solds are way less than the actives. $160 a square foot. Selling price, $231 a square foot. But you have to look at 2.5 acres, so you can take $75,000 or more off the price to try to figure out if you get a comparable list price per square foot. 2019 mobile home on 3.6 acres, sold for $350,000. So there you go. Randy Jenkins here. Love to be your valued real estate consultant. I own Florida Real Estate Partners. Here's my email address. Here's my phone number. It's easy to remember. It's like Formula 409. Home. 409home.com is one of my websites. I've got a few of them. And Florida Real Estate Partners, Randy Jenkins. Look, I'm not on the video. I'm waving. You can't see me. Well, anyway, I appreciate the opportunity. Oh, I'm back. I just have to hit the stop button. It's now on this screen. Have a great day.